Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've made any type of soap. Base that I've got here is the Suspending base, and I got 12 kilograms of it, so I'm going to use a fair bit of it. I'm going to try and do 1 kilogram projects so I can get the most out of it, but I've already used 2 kilograms to make my juicy watermelon soaps that every time I stock they get sold out. So now they're back in stock. And if you're wondering what this is an embed of witches hats. I don't usually do this, but I'm going to try and do like a Halloween theme. I don't usually do themes, they're not really me, but since it's coming up in a couple of days, I thought I'd give it a try. By the time that you get this video, Halloween might have passed, so we'll see how we go. I noticed that you guys said that you wanted me to talk more, so here I am talking and explaining exactly what I'm going to do. Alright, so let's get into this project. The design that I've got in my head is a swirl with 3 colours. The colours are going to be Magic Violet, Mica, purple, and then I'm going to be using my Mango Tango Neon, and then activated charcoal. So 3 colours. But for the witches hats, when they come out, I'm going to spray them with rubbing alcohol and then dab some Sun Glow Sparkle Gold glitter on them. So only the tiny little bits that hang out, which will be the stars and the moons, and this little piece in between will be gold, and the rest of it will be another color, probably black. And then they'll be put on top of the loaf. So we'll see how we go. Anyway, I'm going to get to melting this down and I'll be back in a minute. I forgot the most important thing, the fragrance. Now, I don't have a Halloween fragrance. I'm very limited on the fragrances that I've got at the moment. If any of you are in Australia, you would know that Aroma is completely sold out of pretty much everything. So I'm using black raspberry and vanilla. Okay, so that's melted down again. I'm going to get some of my activated charcoal. Mix it all in. Normally when you throw a mica or activated charcoal into clear base, you're going to get like little clumps. But you know what? I think that would look really good on the witches hats. So I don't mind about the little clumps this time. But if I can get it like a solid black, then that would be great. Give that a spray. Give my mold a spray. I don't know why I spray the mold. I just feel like it's going to do something. Alright, and then I'll pour it into each and every one of these. I wonder if I can just pour it into the center and it can work its way. Alright, so that was really messy. I should have poured each and every one individually, but I'm going to get 9 bars out of this loaf. So I figure whatever the smallest ones are, I'll discard. I know these ones in the center here are quite large, so I might be able to move them around a bit. We'll see what happens when they set. Okay, I tried to fix the problem here. So I added a little bit more base and put it in the microwave and melted it down and just poured it in over the top and just used my bamboo skewer to move it all around. So hopefully they all turn out black, and then I can start working on them and then we can get to the rest of the project. But I can't do anything until these are set. Okay, so these are, I think, are pretty set. I'm going to just pop one out and see what it looks like. Yeah, I like it. That looks really good. You can just see it in the shine. It's because it's, you know, obviously black. You can only see the little. So what I'm going to do is spray some rubbing alcohol on this. Then I'm going to dab and then put it into some mica, which is going to be on this side. It will only touch the little bits that are sticking up. So I'll do it with one and see what it looks like. And then if it works, I'll do the rest. I'll just get all these out. Okay, so they're a little bit messy. I'm just going to clean them up and then I'll be back in a second. They're not coming out the way I had hoped, but we'll give it another shot. So I've got some rubbing alcohol down here. Just going to tap it. And as you can see, all the little wet bits, well, that's where all the gold is going to stick. Supposedly. That's a little bit better. I think what I'm going to have to do is get a little paintbrush and just wipe little bits off. So that's not too bad. But like I said, I think I still need to go over them with a little tiny paintbrush and just brush off all the excess that I don't want. So I'll be back in a minute when I've done all those. Okay, so these were a bit of a disaster. Now, as you can see, I've tried to clean it up the best I possibly can, but I just can't get down there and remove all those little bits. And because it's so fine, it's hard to do. So I'm going to leave them like this. They look pretty good. A lot of that will actually be sitting in the soap anyway, so there'll be a little bit of that will actually have to sit in it to keep it in the actual soap. I'm going to put these aside for the moment, and I'm going to melt this base down, split it up into 3 colors, and then we're going to do some swirls. Okay, so I'm just going to add my 20 mils of fragrance, and this is black raspberry vanilla. I mix that in. It smells amazing. So I put it all into the base and then split it up, and that way I don't have to worry about trying to portion the fragrance out to the different colors. So if it all goes in one, then it all gets mixed evenly. Now I probably should answer a couple of questions here while I'm doing this. Can I recommend different types of base? This is the one that I use, the suspending base. There are so many different types of bases out there, it's not funny. If one is not working for you and you're having some problems with it, maybe it's not lasting long enough or it's sweating too much, try another base. It's as simple as that. And I would suggest if you're just starting to make melt and pour, get a little bit of each one. Don't go out and buy like 20 kilograms of a base before even testing it. Get like 500 gram block, test it with a few bars, make sure that you like it and it does exactly what you want. And then if you do find the ones that are suitable, testing is basically the key here. So I tested about 5 kilograms of this before I started really using it. I didn't like it initially, but it's grown on me. And I sort of now know a little bit more about it. Okay, so I'm going to split these up. This is the black one. And this is the orange. So I got a bit of a dilemma. Do I make this mostly black with a little bit of purple and a little bit of orange? Yes, I think so. So we'll make this mostly black. And then this can be the purple. Purple. Okay, so this is the black one. So I've got my activated charcoal. That's going to go in there. I've got my orange, which is Mango Tango. And this is the purple. Okay, so we're going to mix the purple in first. Oh wow, that looks awesome. That looks so good. Okay. So I don't know how that's going to go with the black though, because obviously purple is a darker color. The orange is going to stand out like a sore thumb. in that black. All very fluid too, which is really good. But scary at the same time. Fluid soap can sometimes cool down rapidly, and then you're stuck. And by stuck, I just mean, you know, you've got to melt it down again. And when there's 3 of them, then you've all got to get them all at the same temperature before you can pour again. Let's do a little bit of a test here. So that's 121, that's 121, and that's 125. So the orange and the black are at the same thinger, which is 121. I want to try and get that down to 115. So if I just spray rubbing alcohol onto the surface, it will cool it down, but don't take a temperature straight away, because the infrared is actually picking up the coolness of the rubbing alcohol. So it will throw so that one's starting to thicken up a little bit, but it's still got a little ways to go. So I'm going to keep stirring here until I get the right temperature, and then I'll be back in 1 second. This could turn out really, really, really bad. Okay, so this is what I mean by it can go bad really quickly. Like there is nothing fluid about that anymore. That is the consistency of toothpaste, right? And yet this was literally at the same time, and you can see that it's just dripping off. It's got a consistency of toothpaste on the sides, but at the bottom, it's still very liquidy. And the black is the same. It's fluid. But you can see that it's actually stuck to the chopstick, so it's setting up quicker. But this one, it just stopped. So now I have to microwave this down. Okay, so that didn't go as planned, but I still am quite happy with how that's turned out so far. So I'm gonna let this get a skin on it, then I'm gonna add the embeds on top. So I'll be back in around about 40 minutes, but for you, it will be like that. So we're gonna spray the top of the loaf, and I've mixed up all the base, so there's orange, purple and black in here. I'm just gonna pour a little bit over the top just to cover it. And then I've got little marks on the outside where those hats should stand, and hopefully I can cut between them. I think that last one just made it. So I'm going to spray that from above and then just pour the rest in around them. Okay, and spray that again once more. All right, I'm pretty excited about that. This is the first time that I've used this embed. So I'm going to unmold this in the morning and see what it looks like inside. I am super pumped. Okay, so it's the next morning and I'm going to unmold this and cut these into bars. But before I do, that's what it looks like. So the witch's hat is just hanging out the top. Okay, here we go. All right, well, that looks pretty good. All right, so I'm gonna cut the ends off and then I'll cut it into bars and we'll see what it looks like. All right, that looks pretty magical to me. Okay. Oh, these are large bars of soap. That's huge. Pretty good. Okay, so this turned out fantastic. I love this. This is an amazing design. The swirls just came out perfect. I couldn't have asked for anything better. Absolutely gorgeous. I love the colors, and the smell of black raspberry vanilla just suits this so well. If you'd like to buy these soaps, they're going to be on my Etsy shop. I'm going to have a link in the description below. And also, if you're from the United States and you want to buy my soaps, you can now. There's a package on my Etsy shop, and you can pick any 7 soaps anywhere in the shop. So I hope you like this video. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, and thanks for watching.